The American Hellenic Council, of course, focuses primarily on political action on issues of Hellenism, and I put that in a general term. But Hellenism, as I sort of indicated in my speech, is more than just being Greek or Greek origin. It also means being human. So we really are looking forward to increase the cultural activities in the area, first of all, here in California, and expand it more and more and more, bringing the youth, because without the youth, there's no future.
The American Hellenic Council was formed at the time of the Turkish invasion of Cyprus, which of course was in total violation of international law. Today, everybody is worried about the Crimea, which for centuries was part of Russia. But nobody is thinking about the illegal violation that Turkey committed in invading Cyprus. And of course, unfortunately, many US administrations have supported Turkey in the continuation of this occupation, illegal occupation, clearly illegal. It was actually Professor Salutos, a UCLA professor, who got the community together. And we called it, at that time, we called it Save Cyprus Council. And the community got together and worked together, and it worked for a while. We even forced the Congress to impose an arms embargo on Turkey. But then Jimmy Carter, who is a much better ex-president than he was president, he worked hard with the Congress to lift the embargo, because he was naive enough to believe the promise of the Turkish government that if the embargo was lifted, they would withdraw their troops from Cyprus. And of course now, 40 years later, they're still there. And they have no intention, unless the international community forces them, to leave Cyprus and to stop this continuous violation of international law.
I was born in Greece, in Peloponneso, Arcadias, in a wonderful small village, Chrania Arcadias, and my family obviously is there. We migrated here in the U.S., and I've been very fortunate to live around the world, all over, and that journey has been the most passionate part of my life. Well, the Hellenic Council here in Southern California is a wonderful institution, like many wonderful Greek institutions in the U.S., and so I feel very strongly that I should support these societies and institutions. They're part of our culture, and they transmit and a part of the legacy we leave behind. So I think any organization that has the Greek spirit, we need to support and need to make sure that it continues to thrive and be here for the next generation.
At Earth Friendly Products, we're very proud to support the American Hellenic Council. They've done a wonderful job in continuing to fight for the rights of Greece and Cyprus. And, you know, tonight's honorees were so brilliant. Mitropoulos' speech about protecting our environment and the Earth's natural resources was fantastic. And I was so glad to see somebody take a stand, take the opportunity to speak about this important issue. And Dean Mitropoulos really brought it to the forefront of the entire evening, which made us extra proud to be a sponsor this year.
Resources are being depleted very measurably, whether it's ice caps, whether it's aquifers, whether it's soil erosion. These are very measurable depletions that have been going on, particularly accelerating in the past 20 years. So this is a subject that somehow we as a people have to engage in a discussion about. So how to do it, obviously, as I said, it's education ultimately that's going to help the population react, but we got to do something far quicker. And the only thing we can do is engage the press and engage politicians and all of us to engage in a public debate debate just like we're doing this evening. I don't intend to retire. I want to continue with business. It's a passion and I love it. But more importantly, I want to find more time to philanthropic issues and, very importantly, some of these issues that affect our environment that are not issues for intellectual debate. They are real. As I said, they're very measurable problems, and I'd like to somehow engage more actively in trying to make an impact on those.
Would this mean you may run for any position in public politics?
No, I'm not going to run for any political position. That's just not my cup of tea. But there's a lot of ways to work with other very capable and bright people for philanthropic causes, education. Bill Gates, for example, runs some wonderful, we have a philanthropy organization that I'm involved with him and Buffett and many others. These are a lot of bright people that if we just keep working together, the thing is to devote even more time and focus to it to find the proper solutions, because time is of the essence here.
There is nothing more valuable than Greek Americans who will engage as responsible constituents, their members of Congress and their senators. And the American Hellenic Council, started by Aris, Anagnos, and Andreas Kyprianidis and others, they know how to do it. They go in, they engage their policymakers, they educate them, they raise money for them, and they become valuable stewards for our issues at the grassroots level. Then we can, in Washington, connect them with important efforts to help our causes. But truly, if we had the American Hellenic Council in every state around the country, the troops would be off Cyprus. A lot of our issues would not be where they are. It would not be the problems that they are today. So I congratulate them. And doing it for 40 years, that also says something. I mean, there's a lot of groups that have come and gone. They've been around. And as you saw from the event tonight, it's still a very vibrant organization. The next generation is starting to seep in. So it's truly a model for the rest of the country.